Customers. I work at a Walmart and I'm a photo lab technician, and the worst part of any job in the service industry is the customers. And when you have a store as big as Walmart is and with as many low priced items as Walmart has, your average customer is going to be the bottom of the barrel in terms of intelligence, situational awareness, and probably hygiene, but that's another story for another time. First, I'd like to discuss situational awareness and the issues I have regarding this issue, which in my opinion, as a human being, we should all possess more than just a little bit of. I mean, situational awareness, for those who don't know, means retaining a sense of awareness for your current and, most importantly, ever-changing environment. In other words, it means knowing what's going on around you at all fucking times. Now, you'd think the average human, no matter how stupid, would have a decent handle on something like this. After all, we as a species have been around for hundreds of thousands of years, from a time when situational awareness was essential to our survival. Yet somehow we've managed to undo, or at the very least severely retard, this skill that was at one time responsible for seeing us through the days when you had to wipe your ass with a fucking rock. These people can't even fucking walk down an aisle without looking in the same fucking direction they're walking, let alone push their cart full of diapers, tampons, liquor, condoms, and a DVD copy of the latest fucking sequel to American Pie down the aisle. Just today, in fact, I'm late to work, as usual, and in my haste to get to the time clock before it strikes 15 minutes after the hour, I have to make my way through several aisles of clearance item racks with women circling them like moths circle a fucking light bulb. So in my haste, I almost get clotheslined in the dick by this lady's shopping cart as she stupidly parks it in such a way that it blocks the entire fucking aisle, as she mechanically moves the hangers along the racks as if she's mesmerized by the $2 40 double D bras that have been sitting in the store for 2.5 years. Like, I can understand being amazed at the selection of $2 40 double D bras at your fingertips, but how bad does your tunnel vision have to be to not be aware that your metal extension of consumerism on wheels is blocking the entire goddamn aisle? Then again, who knows? She may have thought I wanted to crack at the 40 double Ds myself. Could be. One of the worst things about customers like this is that most of them are parents, so if they somehow manage to avoid blocking every aisle with their fat asses or their shopping carts, then it's their kids doing dumb shit like, and I've actually seen this, laying spread eagle in the middle of the floor, chewing on their own goddamn shoes. What the fuck, man? You think they've learned by now through repeated exposure and stopped and thought to themselves like, now my kid is stupid enough to do something like lay down and chew on his own shoes, so perhaps when I go out in public with him, I better keep an extra eye on him, because he's probably not going to see us with such savory activities just because we're in a fucking Walmart. Yet somehow they manage to completely forget that when they see there's a sale on fucking Tupperware or something. Meanwhile, their kids have taken down an entire aisle full of toasters and are using them as fucking hats. Seriously, I mean, I gotta wonder if part of the reason idiots like this have so many fucking kids is because every time they go to a Walmart, they come home with one less mouth to feed. It's because they don't pay enough fucking attention to their kids as they challenge each other to find out which sibling can drink the most Clorox. That's not every customer, though. You also have the ones that make you wonder how they found the store in the first fucking place. I mean, I work in the photo department and these geniuses come up to me saying shit like, you know where I could find a charger for my iPod? Gee, I don't know, Einstein, if you try fucking electronics, I mean, you came to photo, that's kind of close. Maybe next time you need a dog leash or finding the toy section. It's not that kind of customer that pisses me off the most, though. I mean, I work in a photo lab department, and part of my responsibilities as a technician is I have the keys which house the cases for our digital cameras, you know? So, the cases that the cameras are in have display models above them for each model we carry, and more importantly, signs that not only list the features for each particular model, but they also have signs explaining the various terms used to describe the features, as well as give the customers a basic idea of what each feature means. Yet, despite all this, despite the plethora of information at the fingertips of the customer, including a complete description of the camera's features and a display model to rub their french fry salt and fingerprints all over, I still get customers who call me out from behind the counter, away from the machines I get paid to maintain, rendering me unable to print any more pictures in order to say some bullshit like, tell me about this camera. Read the fucking sign. What the fuck do you think I know about this camera that's not already plainly written on the fucking sign directly below it? You think a part of my training as a lab technician was to memorize every feature of every camera we sell so that I could help the Walton family make a few extra $1 billion annually? No, it fucking wasn't. And you know what I'm gonna do when you ask me to tell you about this camera? I'm gonna read the fucking sign like you should be doing. I'm not a fucking salesman. My name tag has photo lab technician written on it. This is a Walmart. They do not give me commission for the cameras I sell. They get all the money so I can do shit, so they can do some dumb shit like wear jeans instead of khakis for a week in an effort to tell us to bend over a little bit further so they can slide that Walmart happy face just a little bit deeper into our asses. You know what I'm saying? Thank you very much. So from now on, don't think of me as a camera salesman. Think of me as the guy with the keys to the camera case. I don't care what fucking model you buy, nor do I care whether you have enough intelligence to handle reading a fucking sign. All the information you need is right there to decide which camera you want to waste your money on and return in 2 weeks because you couldn't figure out how to use it because you probably didn't read the fucking instructions. That's just for cameras though. To be honest, I don't encounter that particular brand of fucking idiot too often. One of the most common idiots I encounter are people who are unsatisfied when our cheap ass machines stop working and we're unable to get them their pictures in an hour. They usually show up in 45 minutes anyway, and at 5 minutes past the hour they have the nerve to say some dumb shit like, well, why does it say 1 hour photo? Gee, I don't know, maybe because it's a 1 hour photo lab, fuckhat. Trust me, I'm not doing this shit on purpose. If I could get you your fucking pictures right now, I would, but I can't. I'd rather not have your ugly, angry face pointed at me right now to begin with, and really no amount of your bitching or anger is going to force our machines to work. Sometimes they'll give me some dumb shit like, but I need those pictures. Alright, firstly, need is a relative term. What you mean to say is your spoiled rich white American ass wants those pictures and doesn't want to wait any longer. It's not like Oxygen, for example, where you simply cease to be among the living if you don't get your 8,000 prints of you and your spouse littering on our beaches as your car was broken into. But fine, if you want to talk about things you need, then I need a towel for my itchy, sweaty nutsack right now, because having to deal with your stupidity is frankly making me break a sweat. So why don't you turn around and grab me one from Housewares while I do my best to produce for you those pictures which are apparently so instrumental to your survival as a human being, and that's if the fuckhead behind you doesn't pull me out from behind the counter so they can ask me to convince them why they should buy a $300 digital camera for their 8-year-old daughter. People need to realize there's more than just your perspective to a given situation. Step outside yourself for 2 fucking seconds and think about what it's like on the other side of the counter. Perhaps it's not the best idea to hold me responsible for getting you your pictures 5 minutes late when it's the machines that are refusing to work, not me. In the concise words of Samuel L. Jackson, perhaps you shouldn't yell at me, because when you yell at me, I get nervous. And when I get nervous, I get scared. And when I get scared, I might make mistakes, like accidentally ruin your negatives or delete your entire vacation worth of pictures. Stranger things have happened. Calm the fuck down, we're gonna get you your fucking pictures.